Hello and welcome to this introduction video to the Starting Out tutorial series. My name's Ian Thompson. So what is the Starting Out series all about? Well, I've put together a short slideshow here to try and explain. So let's take a look. We'll be going on a journey, and the journey will start with sketching an idea generation to basic character development, similar to what you can see in the background here. We'll be aiming for a very cartoonish style. The reason for this is that we can focus purely on the character and we don't need to worry about realistic renderings or realistic anatomy. From there, we'll look at inking and coloring our artwork. We'll be using programs such as Painter, Illustrator and Photoshop to do this. When we have our finalized 2D artwork, then we'll jump into 3D and we'll use sculpting and modeling as a way of taking these characters to the next level. Including in the series, we'll be looking at various software tips and techniques. I mentioned Photoshop and Illustrator to name a few. We'll be focusing on my workflow development initially, but also more importantly, we'll be looking at linking skill sets. And what do I mean by this? Well, if you take a look at this illustration on the right side, you can see that it's made up of very primitive shapes, such as circles for the eyes, tubular forms for the head and for the nose. Taking these simple construction principles from 2D into 3D is what we mean by linking those skill sets together. The idea that the 3D environment is actually not really much different than the 2D environment when it comes to construction. So in essence, what we have here is a guide to creating a good foundation and building on your creative interests. I'm assuming that if you're thinking of purchasing these series or you've already purchased these series, you have some kind of creative pursuit. So these series will actually help to build a very good foundation for you and take your creative interests further. So we're really looking at beginners and people who feel maybe that they can't draw or they can't model, or maybe they can't find inspiration. Putting ideas down can be an issue for some people. So it really is no problem at all from what angle you're coming at with these tutorial series. If you feel that you can't draw this kind of style or cartoony style that you can see in the background here, then that's no problem. We will show you construction methods of how to do that. If you feel you can't model, then again, no problem. We'll take you through the very basic stages and take those principles that we used to create this character and take it into the 3D environment. And I'll also be showing you some of my techniques when I get that creative block and how I try and inspire myself to create something different using various bits of software and research. So help is here. We'll be helping you here when you're starting out in your creative pursuit and really giving you a good solid foundation to taking your artwork to that next level. So without further ado, let's start scribbling.